And my name is Dave, and today we have a special guest with us today, my wife and the head of the household.
And my name is Marissa.
And why do we have the family here with us today? Well, it's because we are reviewing a very visually appealing and eye-catching family game called Loopin Chewie. Now, this came out during the wave of Star Wars games on Force Friday, and this is the successor to the game Loopin Louie, where he is a pilot flying around these barns shooing away these chickens. And it was kind of a cult classic. A lot of adults like this game, even though it is a renowned kids game. And in Loopin Chewie, it's kind of the same thing with minor differences. There are fewer players, and instead of chickens, you are shooing away stormtroopers, away from Death Star. I don't know. Let's show you how this game plays. It's pretty kooky, and we'll tell you if it's fun or not.
He's actually killing him.
Yeah, it's killing. Okay. Alright, so let me show you what comes in the box of Loopin Chewie. It's pretty simple. It all constructs together really well. We have Chewie here. He actually has blue eyes, but he is not to scale to the actual Millennium Falcon, but I'll get into that a little later. You have the base here that Chewie will go on. This is battery powered. It does not come with batteries, so grab those. It has 9 Stormtroop discs, and these little paddles. These actually disconnect from this part here, but I'm not going to do that because it's kind of hard to get back in. Alright, so those are the components. Now let's show you the frantic gameplay. Okay, so I have the game set up for 3 players here. You can play with 2, but I recommend the full complement of players. So now let's show you how this kooky, frantic, fun game plays out. So you will start the game either on hard mode or easy mode. That is decided by flipping the paddle here, either horizontal, I'm having trouble, or vertical, easy mode being the more mass of the paddle being this way, but I personally like the vertical way. So you start with Chewie upright like this, and he will then you will turn it on, and he will swivel down. So once he swivels down, the name of the game is to defend your stormtroopers. I guess you're the bad guys in this game? Not sure. The person with at least 1 stormtrooper at the end of the game is the winner. So you're trying to knock over the other people's stormtroopers. And as you can see, sometimes you'll hit it, and Chewie won't even hit your disc, it will just fall out. So they're kind of fickle in the way that they sit in the actual game. But this is the name of the game. You can get better at this game, I would say. You can find a good range or a line and hit Chewie just perfectly to get your players. So I'm out. There is a variant where you can keep playing, or you can just sit out and let the other 2 players go at it. So Chewie is basically, he's weighted right here, which is why it's kind of wonky in the way that he flips.
That was me.
I know.
Well, we're gonna call it, the winner is the newcomer to the table, because why not let the new player win, right? Alright, so that was Loopin Chewie. There's not much beyond that. This is how the game plays, and it doesn't look like it would be fun just watching it, but the game really shines once you have your fingers on this pad. One of the cool things that I like about Chewie, though, is that you can really hit him in different ways. He will do crazy flips like...
Hey, you're gonna get that off if you hit it very hard.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, right? So now let's give this game a grade and show you what we think about it. So that was Loopin Chewie, and as we always do on Alex's Board Game Stand, we give the game grades as follows: check minus being a bad game, check being a okay good game, and check plus being a great game. You just gotta go out there and buy. So with that being said, we'll start with the newcomer. What are you gonna give this game grade-wise?
For me, I would give this game a solid check. It's a lot of fun to play. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's incredibly simple to learn, and it's a lot of fun. However, you know, it's not very complex. I guess it depends on what you're looking for in a game. But for a good family game that'll take up, 5 to 10 minutes of your time, this is a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm. And how about you? What are you going to give your grade?
A check plus.
And why do you like Chewie so much?
Well, I like because he moves, but I don't like it gives us stormtroopers.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody likes that, really. I mean, you want your stormtroopers, which is odd, and she always thinks the red one equals Darth Vader. This kid's got a dark soul. My grade is going to be a check plus. Now, as Marissa said, there really is no strategy, though she has gotten really good at just hitting it ever so slightly to get my stormtrooper just like that I was able to do every once in a while. And that would be one of the biggest caveats. I played Loopin Chewie back in the day. It wasn't anything that I was excited about. I couldn't find it for a good price, so it was something that I would just let fall to the wayside, though the theme made it for me on this game. Once I heard this game was coming out with Chewie in it, that pretty much sold me on the game. I was like, okay, well, I like Looping Louie, it was okay, but Loopin Chewie is going in our collection. So that's why I gave it a check plus, and yes, it's a 5-minute game that you can just bust out, though it is only 3 players. Loopin Chewie was 4 players, and I think that's kind of a downgrade. But I'm still giving this game a check plus, just because it's just that much zany fun. Though the 3-player set does make it a little more competitive because you have each one of the players on each side, and there isn't that lingering player that you can't really get. Though I do like the 4-player set better. Though Loopin Chewie is huge. I mean, look how big he is compared. This is like a titan. So that was our grades. It got pretty good praise from our family, and this one comes out frequently. Even though it's a new game, it's one that you can bust out really easy and play in 10 minutes. And even though it's 3 players, you can rotate out quickly because the game is that fast. So thank you so much for joining us in this review of Loopin Chewie on Alex's board game stand, and thank you so much, honey, for joining us on your very first review. You did such a great job. And until the next time that we see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. You heard it here on the Game Vine. We're out. Bye.